more or less excited for this one. I'm just kidding. Isn't that convincing? No,
We're all gonna die.
I mean, it's as you've known, like the encounter get more difficult.
There's always a slight potential for death.
And it's funny because like you guys have a tendency to like if you have options, you're just like, oh, let's just do the clearly more dangerous one. There's a higher chance we'll get more loot out of it. So like sometimes you'll just avoid some like a quick combat or something easy. And then some of the random encounters I've rolled, either you don't get one or you get a tough one. There has been very few middling ones. I think like you killed a couple wolves like a little bit ago, but anyhow, I just wanted to bring up the map here, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of perspective. And maybe I should put the kind of the DM ones on here just for a second. But let me just highlight a couple things. Hopefully you can see my little highlighting of things if you zoom in. So over here, down
I see black
here,
screen, by the way. I don't see any like map.
Yeah, I
great.
didn't either.
What the heck? Everyone should see this. No one has
I
restrictions.
see a bunch of cursors
it.
moving all over.
Oh, so some of you see it, some of you don't. That's a little concerning.
Let me
Well,
read.
The most important one can see it, and that's the stream.
That's great. So,
Yeah, so everyone just go to Twitch to see it.
yeah, I'm sure that's what people want to do right now. As the players, that's what. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
I think it's something to do with like a map token vision. I can't really remember now. It's been a while.
Well, it's weird because like I would be.
I refreshed and the map popped up for me.
Oh, let me try that.
Yeah, give it a old reflex.
So I'll tell you that's what worked.
Great. So just to give you a little bit of context, where you guys out down here, if you go to like if you're kind of viewing it head on, if you go to the south west, kind of where those like trees are, and you might be able to zoom in, see my if you're zooming completely out, that's like the Tenge Trail. That's like where you came from the south to go up, and then most of the 10 towns would be around here, like where a little bit of green is, the few bodies of water that you can see there. And then you guys, most of your journeys have taken you recently kind of out into a little bit of the east here, into this sort of like mountain range area that's called the Spine of the World. So that's just a little bit of nomenclature there. That's what the locals would call it. And so that's just kind of like the whole mountain range. And that's kind of like a big mountainous range that kind of blocks off everything from the south. That's why it's really just one direct trail to get up here and why it's so isolated. You have to traverse these mountains to get through, which in this setting is kind of difficult. So anyhow, but last time you guys took care of some combat with some of Oral's undead and at least servants that she sent to, and then you guys took some time to kind of rest up, and you did hear something. At least a couple of you in the middle of the night, you decided not to pursue further because it really wasn't like affecting you. You just heard it from outside of the cabin here. You took the time to kind of help Copper somewhat get back at at your risk there, and it was at least Oz was kind enough to kind of go with him for a little bit of it.
I gave him magical moose.
That's true. That's true. And so you guys send him back, and then you guys ultimately decided, okay, well, let's kind of go two birds, one stone. You heard about some kind of Goliaths, at least some of the clans beefing a little bit. So you're maybe trying to resolve that. Additionally, depending on what you come across first, additionally also to the west were some issues of frost giants kind of encroaching westward. Sorry, so you guys are traveling towards the east and they're moving towards the west. And so you're kind of wondering, like, either A, like, how to deal with that, and B, and this is the tough part because like you don't exactly know all the details, like why they're coming out here. You don't know. I don't think many of you have had frost giant or any giant relationships, like in terms of interactions, too much. Correct me if I'm wrong. And but a couple of you, or at least one of you, speaks giant, so that's going to be a little bit more helpful. And then one's trying to learn giant after lesson 1 of where's the bathroom, and I don't know what other, I don't know, forgot what other things you taught Asilo.
I mean, of course, the first thing everybody learns, the most common insults.
Yeah, that's the first thing you ask.
Your
It's
mother's
how
a
do I
whore.
Jesus. Zoran with the coming right out the gate.
I don't even hear what you said.
She said your mother's a whore.
Like,
Wow.
¿Tienes
Rebecca.
pulgas en la cola?
It's like just really I feel like your persuasion, your attempts of diplomacy might, depending if you start off that, might have to be with disadvantage. So
She's taking advantage of a adolescent mind.
that's true. You are very young. Okay, so is there anything you guys kind of missed / wanting to cover, or anything you guys want to do as you're about to embark out further east here?
I think we're all sort of cobbled together and ready to go.
Okay. All right. I just want to let you know because like this might be, for a bit of time, the last kind of like structure thing, because like it was crazy that this thing's out here because like this area is pretty remote. And you haven't come across the like Goliath clans or anything like that. So, okay. Well then, on your first kind of half, maybe 3/4 day of travel, because you took the time to get Copper back, why doesn't everyone give me a survival check, please? And then kind of tell me what you're doing along this journey, if there's anything you want to be particularly doing, looking for, besides just kind of making sure you're getting along or maintaining your trail or your path.
Suppose we're looking to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
And I'll
first
be
Kind of
Yeah.
how I roll. Yeah.
Yes. Get him out of the way now.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a positive and negative there.
Okay. So,
I would probably continue my education with Zoran.
okay.
I concur with that.
I'll be looking, obviously, for owlbears and changing it up, Lathander. I'm going to see if he's just going to be walking alongside as, a more hands-on god.
Is this going to be a new bit where you're like, hey, are there any owlbears or God? Is he just roaming around?
Or a god.
Hey, he is not God, he is
Sorry, a God. Sorry.
only.
Wait, shouldn't you just be looking towards yourself? You died and came back to life. That's like JC, Jesus Christ.
Please, let's not refer to Jesus Christ.
I am the chosen one of Lathander.
I don't
Lathander's
care how
chosen.
religious you are. Like, I'm not that religious, but like, that seems sacrilegious.
That's all right. At first, I thought she said Jay-Z, and I didn't know where that was going.
JC.
No. Okay. All right. So you're continuing your lesson. Okay, let's look at some of the rolls here. 2019, 14, 17, 23. Okay, all right. That's actually pretty good. So tell me, do you guys want to be traveling more towards the east, kind of like maintaining a little bit parallel along with the mountains? Do you want to go into the mountains? Do you want to kind of go more northeast as you're kind of traveling along? Just obviously you wouldn't have like this full map to kind of view here, but just kind of geographically, you see a lot of you're kind of like more of like the base at some of these mountains, and you're kind of like currently like almost hugging them adjacently as you're traveling along. So
I'd
give me
be
some.
a little leery of going through the mountains. Someone might break their back.
Wow, that might be the worst joke yet. Okay. Oh, all right. Anyone else with a serious answer? Or you're like, yeah, fuck it, we'll just roam aimlessly until something comes across us.
I
I feel like Bophades, if Bophades is keeping watch to make sure that we're going the right way. I feel like Zoran and Asilo are busy teaching each other.
All right, that's true. Oliver,
like,
you're
Yeah.
leading the pack here with a natural 20. What would you like to do?
I mean, I'm trying to figure out if there's a better kind of route to take. No, I don't
the
have
one we don't die on.
Can I pick that one? The one we don't die on? I would think that, I mean, I think we'd like to stay along the kind of edge of the mountains there, right? Not necessarily all up in them. I suppose is my
Okay.
opinion there.
How about this? Are you, as you're kind of traveling along, because you're told that you're supposed to kind of deal with a dispute between two clans. So you gather that they probably have some sort of like either small pockets or small settlements. You're not actually sure what those look like. There's like actual structures being built, or tents, or huts, or whatever. Or are you looking for like sites of frost giants? Like as you're traveling along, what would you be focusing on? Like what interests you, Bophades or Oliver?
Yeah. So sorry, I'm looking at this map here, right? And I know you kind of mentioned where we were headed, but I mean, I imagine their settlements are along the waterways, like, right?
I mean, that could be true. You're not exactly sure.
Yeah.
That tends to be where civilization lies, I guess.
Right. So I think we'd be looking for uh settlements, probably along those any streams or rivers that we come across.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Yeah, sounds great, Bophades. And then that way we don't die of thirst.
All right. Just for the hell of it, Bophades, why don't you also give me a perception check?
This is where I follow up that 20 with a stellar 1.
Yes. Please, anything but a natural 2. Okay, there we go.
20.
Okay, so you guys make most of the day. You're kind of following along. You're maybe hugging between what you presume to be where maybe some river or something like some body of water, and the mountains. You're kind of like maybe parallel to both of these landmarks, and you're continually traveling to the east. Kind of like, and this goes on for relatively most of the day. It's fairly monotonous. There's not much. It's pretty dreary. Actually, just kind of jump to the other thing. Just to kind of, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I was showing you this. It just looks like this. Just looks so dreary, like just rough. A little depressing. Definitely missing some pixels. Everything just looking really downright. So, and then Bofades, you see something in the sky, and it's just like it is like it's just like maybe you see like a foot, like a scaled foot, and it's large, and you just see it, and then it kind of disappears into the clouds again.
Okay. I definitely suppose I'll tell the group this. A scaled foot. Does that mean something like a dragon foot?
Why don't you give me if you want to recall history or if you want to recall nature? I'll say depending on how maybe you're a bit more nature if you want to go with that. I don't know what your cup of tea is. Oh my god!
We're fucking crushing it tonight.
Jesus
Obviously,
Christ.
he's a natural.
I mean, Bofades, do you even need us in this session? Do you just need to?
Yeah, do you just want to play by yourself? Everyone?
Yeah, I mean, just you and Celso can just have it out, and then we'll
Okay.
meet you next week.
I'm
Are they gonna
unsure.
date?
Right now, I'm running on reckless confidence.
So, all right. I mean, with a natural 20, I can't not give you, especially you got two of these. So not only do you determine based on maybe you've seen, maybe you've heard, maybe you see, like, I don't know where you obtained this knowledge, but you're not only able to discern that it is indeed a dragon, but
Okay.
you're able, maybe just like from the split second that you saw, you were able to determine that it is a white dragon.
White dragon.
He can see color.
Okay. Yeah. Not colorblind. I got that. Okay.
And I'll let you ask one other piece of information. What would you like to know?
I was about to say, what do I know about white dragons? But I think that might be what I'll be asking.
Okay. Well, you know that. Let me see here. I mean, I guess I'm not sure what to provide for you. Do you want to know like how dangerous they are? Do they want to know their appetite? Where they dwell?
Yeah, let's
How to woo a dragon.
Oh, I don't need any help there. Let's see. I would like to know. Yeah, what is their danger level, right? Like historically for white dragons.
Okay. So let's see here. With a natural 20, you gather that they're pretty dangerous. And
What I suspected.
the other thing, they kind of, I guess what you'd know, yeah, they're kind of like have their own domains. They have probably they have like their own respective lair with, you would assume within the mountains, either some sort of cave or anything like that. The other thing is that I'll give you the damage type that they do. They deal, and unsurprisingly, cold damage.
Awesome. Okay.
With whatever they breathe.
Okay.
Their breath weapon. So they're yeah.
Given that I saw this foot, right, up in the sky, I am under the assumption it was flying in the clouds, so not necessarily near the mountains, or was it in the mountains?
It wasn't like you couldn't tell, like it was definitely above the mountains. Although some of the few mountains that you've seen across, like definitely, they kind of disappear into the clouds.
Mhm.
But everything's kind of like overcast. I mean, it must have been low enough where you could see part of it.
Okay. I think my last question for now was, it was heading away from us, right?
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah, it seemed like it wasn't.
That
moving
gauges
towards
my immediate reaction. I'm imagining like a shark tail, like in the water, right? Or a shark fin. If it's heading away and disappears, I might feel a little bit better than if it's heading right at me and disappears.
Or it could be circling you, coming
Um,
back.
I will put the rest of the group on alert. And
Red alert.
yeah, I'll just say, hey guys, there'd be dragons in these mountains.
Multiple, you scare the shit out of them.
So I suppose I will hope that the group now is a bit more alert as we're going through, keeping an eye out for this dragon. When it comes to white dragons, I know they're dangerous and I know they do cold. Are they solitary? Like territorial, I guess? Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm struggling here because I don't think dragons try and go out and attack. I think they try and stick to their lair.
Yeah, so like I just saw Matt's comment. So you're not sure. You would that's probably a bit stretching in terms of like whether, they could have young, but they tend to be, based on like just your overall knowledge of dragons, they tend to be a little bit more independent.
Okay.
Not necessarily always the case, but yeah.
Okay.
Oz will pull out his lantern of tracking, which is a lantern for dragon tracking, and 300 feet does not seem like far enough, but I guess it's better than nothing.
That's fucking dope.
When did you get this again?
We got it a long time ago, and it's never come up. I've actually been trying to sell it, but never had the chance.
And now, okay. So, okay, let me see here.
Oh, it needs oil. I bet we don't have that.
Nope, I've got 6 little pods of oil.
We have oil.
Okay, if you're willing to part with one, Timothy, you can burn it right now.
Yep, I will remove one from my inventory.
Hopefully this thing's not broken.
Right, we've never used it before.
Yeah.
It like slowly brights up and then it just like short circuits and just
Yeah, or like it just doesn't change color, I guess, is what it's supposed to do. Its flame turns a bright green. So I'm imagining like in the future this dragon's gonna be like right in front of us. I'm gonna be like, yeah, you're not a dragon.
Yeah, so that's what I was just wondering because I feel like 300 feet, I could see a fucking dragon. Like, I'm not like an expert.
yeah.
It could be cloudy. It could be cloudy conditions.
I also
Something.
feel like if a dragon's within 300 feet of you, you're already like screwed. Like, how much does that? You're just not going to be surprised by the dragon.
I mean, okay, and I guess kind of to be fair, like what Oz is saying here, right? Like, you saw it fly away. It could have circled around. It still could be above the clouds, like it. So, but yeah, I mean, it was definitely farther than 300 feet when you initially saw it. But okay,
Yeah,
so
3,000 feet, this item's great. 300 feet, we'll try and use it, I guess.
I mean, if you're, I definitely think there's going to be more use to this than you originally thought. So, okay, so you take the time, you kind of light it. It burns for, and I said it burns for 6 hours, so that's nice. Are you going to maintain it burning the entire time as you're traveling there, Oz, or?
Yes, because I don't want to track partial uses of a pint of oil.
I like that. Okay.
I mean,
okay, so yeah, you take the time, you use it, you don't get an initial sign that there is one within 300 feet. It maintains the same flame that it was lit up so just like a traditional flame, and it doesn't light up bright green. So, all right. Are you guys continuing on, or kind of a bit more weary? Are you changing your paths? What are you guys doing?
I mean, I suppose we keep pressing on the direction we were going, still looking for potential frost giant encampments.
Okay.
Do we want to start playing a game of like Marco Polo, but like Frost Giant?
Saying the word frost. Okay.
Chill. We'll go with chill giant.
All right. So after a bit more travel, you guys start approaching into the evening here. The winds start picking up. You know, regardless of how long you've been here, even then, like the cold of the wintry air still kind of like really affects you, and you're trying to endure here. So why doesn't everyone give me a Constitution saving throw to see if they can bear the elements? As dusk kind of, or no, yeah, dusk kind of settles here. Okay, cool. So it's today, dang. Right, you have that resistance. Okay, so everyone succeeds. You're, maybe you are getting a little bit more acclimated as you kind of settle into the night, and it is approaching. That it's getting dark. Are you guys gonna keep pushing on through the night? You're gonna find
We have a lantern.
Yeah, yes, you do. You can keep pressing. I'm not telling you, but it is getting dark. You do have light, but it's also a bit more dangerous in the night. Potentially.
Are we still a ways away? I assume we're not like close.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right? Like you're not exactly. You haven't picked up exactly on a particular trail one way or the other yet. So
yeah, I was going to say, I think we're looking for signs of.
You're looking for signs. In this first day, you haven't come across anything that's just like,
I guess.
Okay, we now have a direction here.
Okay. I guess during our travel throughout the day, Oz probably would have been, maintaining the lantern, but also kind of trying to create a map of the area using landmarks and that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. You roll that. It's not the best, but it's
2 days from now, he's going to be like, we already passed by this rock.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the like X we were here thing that we left.
Maybe it's a little bit of paranoia. Maybe it's a bit of, just the cold getting to you. The wind kind of blows, rip it out of the way. But yeah, you're able to sketch something, but you feel like it's not your best work. I mean, it's not a desk setting as you're doing this. But okay. So it goes into the dark. Are you guys going to just keep pressing on, or?
I feel like we would just retire for the evening in a little hut.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys kind of stop. You don't really have to pay attention now in terms of the elements. Now that your friend Oz, or maybe not friend, but acquaintance Oz, has a tiny hut for you all.
Harsh.
I don't want to speak for the party. It's not my place, but
Okay.
I'm just putting her. Okay, so
everybody's like, nah, we ain't friends.
I mean, it seems like you guys all get along, or at least you all haven't killed each other yet, so that's usually a good sign. I would
A
say
little bit behind the scenes, but that's because we're all playing a game together.
But also, I think it's because none of us are retirement age, so that's why Jimothy hasn't tried killing any of us.
That is true. He goes after the retired people because they actually have wealth. It makes sense. And they're old and deserve.
I retired him.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Are you guys
Good
doing any
call.
watches for the evening or any nighttime activities before you call it a day?
What kind of nighttime activities could we do with one another?
More studying.
More,
Just
yeah, more studying.
Check my body for any new moles.
that is a possibility. Okay, maybe I shouldn't give you guys any options. Never mind, you guys retired.
No, Zorn will still keep a watch. She can take the first one or the last one.
Okay.
Oz will take the first or the last, depending on which one Zoran doesn't take.
Okay,
Jesus
then I will take the last one.
I'll take
Okay.
the second watch.
Okay.
But technically,
Oz.
I take all watches.
What if
All
you-
right. Those of you that are taking first watch, why don't you give me a perception check?
Perception. This is gonna go great. Oh shit.
Oh,
Look, I'm rolling in public, okay?
I
rolled a 3 before this one with the cartographer's tools.
I'm
Okay,
not
so
accusing
I
you.
guess it should be Oz and Bofades just playing this if they're gonna keep rolling 20s.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. I don't want them to get out of the way. I mean, you might have a combat. We never know. Okay. Oz with a natural 20.
There's a
I spot
dragon
Lathander.
300 feet away.
You're maybe you're kind of like have the lantern set aside to you. It hasn't burned out yet. There's still a little bit of the oil as you're filling the tiny hut with smog, and
The
and
dragon.
no, I'm just kidding. And it doesn't light up green, but you do hear through the hut it's like a trumpeting sound. It's a bit higher pitch. You're not quite sure. Why don't you give me a nature check? Maybe see if you can discern this.
Bofades had beans for dinner.
25 on that nature check.
25. Okay. So you're listening, and you know you hear it, and you don't hear it for you can't recognize it at first, and so you kind of wait and you pause, and maybe you kind of close your eyes and you kind of try to own in like what is going on here, and then again you hear it, and you're just like, is that an elephant or something? And you're not exactly, you're just like, that is really bizarre. But then you kind of recall maybe your history of your investigation before your journey up north, and you read, and I guess maybe you didn't come across this, maybe you didn't pay much attention because they weren't owlbears, but you did come
Sounds
across
funny.
something about mammoths being up in the north.
That can't be right. They're extinct.
Yes, in this fantasy world, they're also extinct. And you're just like, is that a mammoth? And you're like, yeah, I'm only giving you this because of 25. I don't know how how many people have actually seen an elephant, but
An elephant?
well, a mammoth or whatever in general. But like,
I mean, I've seen an elephant. I've been to the zoo.
you
They
all
have them there.
Okay.
But, I haven't stood like right next to one.
Sure. But it definitely sounds. It kind of like, and after the second, and maybe you hear after another momentary pause, third time, you hear it maybe like bounce off, like maybe it's being carried by the wind and like through the mountains as kind of like an echo. But you do hear what you think is the sound of a mammoth.
And when I look out of the hut, I mean, it's dark out. I can't see that far in the dark.
Yeah, you see kind of like a bit of the snowdrift being picked up by the wind, but you're not. Yeah, a little bit of the snow powder. It's not. You don't see anything readily in front of you.
Okay.
And with that, your watch comes kind of to a close here. If you there's anything you'd like to do before it does, or you can wake up the next person.
I'll put away the lantern and nudge Asilo awake or alert, and just kind of convey, that I believe I heard a mammoth during my watch.
Yeah, why don't you give me a perception check, Asilo? Because I mean, technically, you would kind of also be awake during this. Maybe you catch this as well.
Did not hear it.
Yeah, it seems like Oz is just telling you a bunch of gibberish. You're like, I just hear the damn wind. It's loud as shit.
I don't know what a mammoth is, so I mean, I'm assuming he's like trying to trick me and saying something like a snipe hunt.
I will use minor illusion to just quietly kind of convey what I heard.
Okay.
It says it can be a lion's roar, so I'm thinking it could be a mammoth's trumpet.
Okay.
Wakes
Yeah,
up
why don't
whole
you-
10.
I guess give me an and this is just mainly for auditory purposes. Why don't you give me an Arcana or performance check, either one, to see how loud or not loud this is.
Maybe louder than I intended.
Yeah, it's not like blaringly loud, but you notice that a couple of your friends maybe stir. They don't stir fully awake, but they maybe won't. I mean, if you choose to wake up, you can hear it. It's not the most loud thing, and you guys the wind does pick up. You do hear a couple of things, so like it's whether you fully want to wake up from it. You're just kind of like something wakes you up, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go back to sleep. It's nothing, but yeah, and then so Sally, you kind of now know roughly what this creature may be, just so you can be aware.
But what does the fox say?
Get out. No, that's
Yes,
what the fox says.
All right. Is there anything you want to do kind of during your watch, Sally? You're just kind of gonna be there, sentinel, or
I'm going to continue to practice my lessons from Zoran.
okay? So you doing like some writing? You doing some? You're just going like saying the phrases in your head. Are you speaking them? How does that look like?
Just kind of talking quietly to myself, going over the phrases again.
Okay. All right. So as you do that, you're kind of keeping watch. You don't spot anything, and then it's time for the third person's watch, which is, I believe, Zoran. So Zoran, why don't you
Yep.
give me a perception check?
17.
Okay. Then the first thing you notice is that you notice a Silo kind of slowly murmuring to herself, maybe whispering to himself, the little bit of giant that you've taught him.
Does it sound right? Should I correct him on any of his pronunciations?
That's a good point. Why don't you give me a why not performance there, Silo? See how you're pronouncing things. Ooh, it's rough. It's like Homo talamas, and cola. It certainly could not be worse.
Tu cola es muy bonita.
He just keeps repeating the same phrase, and it's somehow getting worse each time. It seems like practice doesn't necessarily mean perfect.
Not if you
Okay.
practice the wrong thing.
Yeah, so you notice that, and then you're kind of hearing about. I don't know if you relay a side of the information eventually to Zoran about this mammoth. You did hear that sound, but you may not necessarily have a connection there, Zoran.
I'll relay what Oz told me.
Okay.
Some strange
Okay,
beast.
I'll keep an ear out.
Okay. So you keep an ear out, and unfortunately your watch it's a bit dull. nothing too exciting happens this time around, which is good. It means you're kind of safe. And by the time you kind of keep watching, you maybe start to lull a little bit as you're listening to Silo practice as a giant. You notice that it's time to wake up and go out to the go out about your day.
Perfect.
And you guys may indicate that you have a long rest, though I think most of you guys have everything. So
I'll slow the group down in the morning to ritually cast water breathing just in case. No reason to never not do this. Okay, so we're out here, and what are we doing again? We're looking for giants, right? Not owlbears.
yeah, that's what it seems to be focusing on. You haven't seen any owlbears. Buffet says that he saw a dragon, which is a bit alarming. A white dragon. But you're unsure about.
And we didn't do any research in Brinshander on where these giants might be, did we?
No, not particularly. But
they are big, so they should be easy to spot.
They are quite large.
Does Oz know anything about frost giants? Does he think that maybe like does he know anything about mammoths?
Yeah, why don't you give me a history check if you want to know more about frost giants, and a nature check to know about mammoths. So either one, depending on what you want to roll for.
Okay. 22 for frost giants, I guess.
Okay, so for frost giants, you gather that one, they do kind of follow a respective leader. They're known as a jarl. Fairly common knowledge. They do travel together. They tend to be a bit more isolated per se. They are quite large. They're roughly 20-ish feet tall, so they definitely stand out. In terms of like appearance, and some of them have like a kind of like bluish, maybe light gray, like it's a grayish blue skin.
Anything about their society? Do they because humans and elves, well, some elves, will raise livestock. Do I think they'll raise livestock? They can't really use horses, but do they have any natural traveling companions? Just trying to piece together if are we dealing with a wild mammoth, or is it something that could be a clue for us to follow?
Okay. So I'll say this based on role here. You do, as they are kind of like they do survive out in the wilderness, and they might have needs to construct one of their homes or anything like that. It would not be shocking to you that they may have the ability to domesticate animals. Whether or not that includes a mammoth, you're uncertain about. You didn't tend to focus too much on that in your read about the North. The owlbear chapters were a bit more interesting, but you do get that maybe they have domesticated, or maybe they do hunt some of these animals for. You're not sure if it's like domesticate or a hunt thing. It could be these animals as well, as their need for their furs, their need for their meat, for various different things, tusks, and the sort. So it is a potential option that either of these could be the case there.
Okay. I'll relay what I think I know about frost giants and just kind of indicate that I have no clue. It sounded like a mammoth, and maybe it was just a wild mammoth. I mean, that wouldn't be crazy in this wasteland, but maybe it's a trail. I mean, I did play one game in my youth, and the giants in that game were accompanied by mammoths. I believe it was an old elven game called Skyrim.
Yes, as you hear Oz talk about such gibberish, why doesn't everyone give me a survival check as you guys start traveling up throughout the day here?
Oh. Holy, okay.
Oof. Not the greatest.
I was just keeping everybody up with his weird stories about fuzzy
Yeah.
elephants.
You know that it is kind of a bit boring today. You're not seeing very much, and about halfway through the day, you're just maybe the nose getting a little bit deeper. You're kind of like sluggishly moving along, and then Oz, you hear another of these trumpeting sounds. This one sounds a lot louder, and actually everyone can hear this. And it's coming kind of like south to you from the mountains.
Well, clearly I'm going to look in that direction.
Okay, why doesn't everyone give me a perception check what they see?
All right, we need some good rolls here.
Oh man. Oh, that's
so good. I'm looking at the wrong mountains.
perfect thing for Oz to say. Clearly, I'm gonna look in that direction.
Okay. Timothy, you and Bophades here. Timothy, you the first thing you notice, maybe it's your survival instinct, but maybe you're a bit terrifying of these things, but you see a rock or some sort of boulder flying towards you, towards your group of individuals. And then Bophades, you maybe aren't focusing on the large object, but you maybe per se look out and see as what you gather to be, based on the description that Oz provides for you, a frost giant as she's kind of like, in post motion of throwing this large rock at you. And I will have everyone roll for initiative.
At us? Oh shit.
Let's bring it to the map here.
What
All I
did we
did was
do?
walk away briefly, and we're rolling for initiative.
Yeah. What did we do?
That's a great question. Let's find out.
Let's find out. You're more than welcome to ask him on your turn.
Okay, so let me bring you guys. Oh, sorry. Let me bring you guys to the map. All right. I need to get you guys to the initiative checker. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Select you guys. Oh, you guys are.
Twinsies.
Oh, shit. Did I just remove you guys? Oh, dang it. I removed you guys from the initiative. My bad.
Well, everyone was 14 so far.
Triplets.
Oh, really? It was. Okay. Let me modify these. 14, 14, 14. Okay.
Didn't mean
That's
to break
not
that
annoying
streak.
at all.
I mean, unless someone has a preference for wanting to go first, but
Dex
among the
modifier.
14s. Among the 14s.
Looks like it looks like Zoran and then
Dang, Timothy. 2 19s, 3 14s.
Jesus Christ. God.
Jimothy should go before Bophates. So I think Jimothy has 4 decks. Unless Bophates has 4 decks.
Bophates.
How many decks do you got, buddy?
Bophates is
What kind of strange
+2.
mythical creature are you? How many decks do you have?
+2.
Okay.
So Jugo.
Just the normal +2.
Just a normal pair of them. Normal pair of decks.
I got a pair of decks that I used to with both of his hands.
We have a juvenile raccoon in our window well because, we don't have a cover for it.
Oh.
And
So
like
it's down
I've
your
been
basement
hearing
or
like,
something like that?
what was that? Oliver?
Like the window that goes down to like a basement or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, so it's like 5 feet tall, so this thing ain't getting out. Like I was hearing like I guess claws on glass is what I was hearing now that I know what that sound was. And I'm like, what am I hearing?
Did you call like animal control?
No, I just found out tonight. I'm trying to figure out if this is one of those things where
Just open the window.
he's like, come on in. You
Do
can walk up
not.
these stairs. Thank
And
you.
just hold a trash can. See if you can catch it. Just take it
You could
outside.
probably
They walk
Props.
outside, put a 2x4 or something down the
Yeah.
window well.
as I say, just prop something down there against the ground and up the edge. It'll climb out probably.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna give that a try. Or it'll knock the 2x4 through the glass.
And then come out your front door.
Yeah, bloodied. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you see. Okay, I need to decide where that rock's gonna hit. Let me roll. How many are there? 5 of you. Let's roll a d6 to see who it's gonna strike at first.
Wood boards? I don't think that'll work.
Okay. It is actually a silo. A silo. The rock is barreling towards you. Does a 22 hit your AC? I don't know if it's 21 or 22 your AC there.
It hits.
No, let's go. Okay. You, my friend, will take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as you are pelted by this rock here. And then the rest of you guys see this like mammoth, large brown mammoth, woolly mammoth, riding, charging towards you, and on top of it is this frost giant. She's got armor. She's got like skull armor on her kind of like on her like shoulders, and she's got like this large gray like breastplate. She looks like she's wearing a helm with like horns sticking out of it, and she's got this large great axe and spear kind of like with her. So, all right. So, as you're pelted with that, we'll begin le combat here. Round 1, Jimothy. You see this thing barreling towards you. What are you doing?
All right. I'll oops.
And our mission with the frost giants is to slaughter them all, right?
Not quite, but you're more than welcome to take that approach if you'd like to.
Diplomacy through any means.
Can you unpause?
Oh yes.
So I'll move here. I want to just be able to see around the edge of the rock, basically.
Okay.
And I will throw. Yeah, I guess I'll just throw one of my psychic blades.
Okay. Are you trying to hit her, or are you trying to hit the mammoth?
Her.
Her. Okay. All right. So 26 does indeed hit her AC.
So 10 psychic,
Okay, she takes it.
and I will bonus action do it again.
Okay. (24) to hit also does hit.
8 more psychic.
Okay. And she takes it.
I guess that's it. I can't
All
sneak.
right. Yeah. Yeah. If you guys would have rolled a little bit better on your perception, you would have seen her. Maybe would have gotten the jump on her. But she spotted you guys first, and so she's barreling towards you guys. Okay. Good thing that she. I think she got a little bit of distance from you guys. Buffetes, you're up.
Oh man. Okay, well, Buffetes is gonna run, not run, but he's gonna move this way. And he will take a shot at her. With 13 to hit.
13, unfortunately, is not enough to. break her arm.
I didn't think so. Let's try again. I didn't see my dice pop out. My God, that was even worse. Oh, no.
Buffetes, we need you here. We need you rolling higher, better than.
All right, Buffetes kind of just wishes he had hidden as an action instead of done that. So
Yeah, you
that,
send 2 blasts and they just go wide as she's maybe like just too the mammoth. It's moving at pretty fast speed, just kind of like
Really?
losing.
Buffetes has no idea what he's doing, but he's going to take another step this way to try and maybe break line of sight with the person.
Okay.
Person.
All right. So you've done your action. Any bonus action or anything?
I will give a silo some bardic inspiration. If I can remember where I have to click to get to it. There it is. There we go. Asilo, you got that. I don't know why I'm not seeing my dice roll out right now. That's strange. Okay. But that'll be my turn.
Yeah, I didn't see yours roll or Jimothy's, so I don't know.
That was
It
weird.
was rolling before.
I know.
It looks like I have another update that I need to do on this. So, Mobby. All right. Up next, it is Oren.
I will move 25 here, I think.
Okay.
No, I'll move 30 there. And then I will yell out, halt. We come in peace. We mean you no harm. In giant.
Okay. Why don't you give me a persuasion or deception? If you're being deceptive, then you do actually mean harm.
15. I guess I should also say, but we are willing to defend ourselves if it comes to it.
Okay. All right. Okay, let me.
But we will kill you if we have to.
Right. Hey, they attacked first.
Okay. So, all right, she will respond accordingly on her turn.
We have no qualms with you.
It is Oz. Oz, it is your turn. So you hear. I don't know if you missed heard it. Zoran shouts out, like, we mean you no harm, but we will defend ourselves if we need to.
We come in peace.
Position yourself.
Come in peace. This is tough. I think we all should slow down and really think about this. And I'm going to cast slow. Like over there.
Okay.
I think that's within 120 feet.
Yep. She's
Oh, yeah. Yeah, way down here is 120 feet. So they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Okay, so this would affect both the creatures. So I will.
Huh. I guess they do work with mammoths.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. They both succeed. Oh no. Okay. What happens on a success?
Nothing.
Oh, damn. Yeah, the mammoth got a 15 on the dot, and then the giant got an 18. So, and the mammoth had to roll a natural 15 to actually get it. So, there you go. Not the most wise, but
All
Okay,
right, I'll
anything
move over
else?
here now. He doesn't want to be that close to where a boulder got thrown.
okay. All right, and then this is always
Well,
something that-
we've done our best. Time to move.
This is always something that I always struggle with. When you cast a spell on someone and the effect doesn't happen, did they still know that something was attempted to be cast on them? Is that because I feel like it's yes, right? Like they,
I think usually, like,
yeah,
unless
It's
unless
weird
it's like
though, because like something like Friends, the cantrip is like they know you cast it on them.
mm-hmm. I know they explicitly say that, and so,
I think what they usually come back to is that most spells are not just like this subtle, quiet little thing. Like they're flashy, and there's
Right.
verbal components and like physical components and gestures and all this shit that happens. So I think it's not like a subtle art for most things.
Okay. I think the call I'm going to make, mainly when I'm asking what I'm doing. So, like, Zoran made a persuasion to kind of like say, hey, we mean to get the piece. And then Oz cast something. So, what I'm going to do is have her re-roll to see whether that, whether she's still persuaded by, like, or, like, you know, means that you guys don't mean any harm by that. I think that's all I'm going to make.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, they were still running towards us.
Right, exactly. No. I'm not sorry. I don't mean to like. I'm not trying to like punish you, but I'm trying to like balance it out, make sure that like, whether she wants to continue that or not. It's kind of like her redeciding on that. Okay, cool. All right. Up next is any bonus action or anything like that, Oz?
Well, it kind of depends on whether or not we're playing with 2024 spellcasting rules or 2014.
Okay, we're still on 2014. We haven't made a decision on that, so I guess no.
Then I don't have a bonus action that I'm using. Shit my pants, I guess.
Okay. All right. So bonus action.
Maybe that's a full action. I don't know.
All right. Asilo, you're up.
Okie dokie. Going to move forward and I'm going to. Can't do what I want. Can't get close enough.
Makes you feel better. She'll come up. Eventually.
Screw it. I cast Hold Person on her. DC 13
Okay.
Wisdom save.
You're casting it on her?
Yes.
Okay.
See if potentially the mammoth walking will cause her to fall off because it's charging.
Okay. So, you know, so she's still charging, and then you notice that she freezes up. And she, as you can tell, your spell has taken an effect, and as she is paralyzed for the duration of. So. Okay. But now what are you doing?
I have a bonus action.
That's pretty huge, actually.
And as my bonus action, well, because I already cast a spell, I can't do another spell as a bonus. Bonus action. Yeah, no, I got nothing. I moved, I actioned. I'm gonna bonus action stand here.
All right. So, sure. So let's see. How big is this thing? I'm sure it's large. It is. It is actually the mammoth's turn, and it's going to continue charging. It's not her turn, but she is paralyzed. I want to do this. She could be knocked off here. Creature is incapacitated. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Okay, teach. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna have her roll a dexterity saving throw. She's paralyzed, so she automatically fails. So she falls off the mammoth here. Okay, so that's gonna change a couple things here. So give me 1 second here. Let me throw a token of. Sorry, give me 1 second here. I'll have to differentiate between them, the mammoth and her. Actually, put one of my mammoth token on here. Okay. Sorry, guys, bear with me here. Didn't think she was gonna get knocked off like this so quickly. Okay, let's throw a big, old, scary mammoth on here.
Oh, it's gone. We're saved. Oh, damn it. It's a blink mammoth.
Okay, so let's make her. Okay, so she's going to be on there. Let's just say that's her token, and then the mammoth's token here. So the mammoth, so she falls off. She's going to take a little bit of damage because the mammoth is a little bit large here. So let's see, how much damage does she take? Even though relative to her size, yeah, she doesn't take very much. Good. Oh, so she falls off. The mammoth is going to keep barreling towards you there. They're a silo, and it's going to attempt. Okay, it's going to attempt to gore you here. So here we go. All right. Does a okay, so okay, okay, first I need you to give me a strength saving throw, please. Okay.
And
So
don't you have? Oh, I didn't know if you're using bardic inspiration or not.
you do have it if you'd like to use it.
Well, I also have
Oh,
that,
cool.
which gives me +2, which would be a 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use bardic inspiration. Was that D8? Rolling a
Hades?
D8.
I think so.
So 17 total.
Okay. All right. So you see this mammoth. It comes barreling at you, and it hits with a 22 against your AC. It will roll the same thing as last time. Okay. And then you will take, as it comes flying at you, 22 points of damage, just completely this because it got its full momentum. However, you succeed on the save, and you are not knocked prone from it just railing against you. It is now in front of you. Okay, and that is its turn. It is going to be her turn. She is technically prone. She's paralyzed, so she can't do anything. So then she's gonna be her turn. She's gonna re-roll the save, right?
Yep.
For concentration. Did you succeed on that?
Oh, hold on. I gotta.
Yeah, sorry. There's a lot going on here. So see if you succeed on the concentration.
Yeah, I'm good. Well,
Okay,
hold
you're
on.
good.
22 are. It's 10 or half the damage. 22 would be 11. So yeah, I succeed.
Okay, you succeed. Okay, so you're still concentrating on this. So she's still paralyzed. So she's on the ground paralyzed. Her turn goes by, and then she's going to re-roll that save to see whether she maintains it. The target may make another wood saving throw at the end of each turn. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So I will re-roll the save. See if she maintains it. Fails. So she is still paralyzed. You can tell. And that is going to be her turn. Top of the round, Jimothy.
Does she respond back at all?
She can't. She's paralyzed.
Oh, okay.
She
I didn't know
can't.
that. Got it.
So, which is good and bad, I guess. But I mean, gather what's happening. I don't think it's going to go very well for you guys. So,
Well, and
So
I
you-
was gonna say she can't
Wow,
even
man.
like make a motion with her hands or something, right?
yeah, you weren't sure yet because
Yeah.
you like heard all this. She kept barreling, but like she didn't have. It wasn't her turn yet to respond. So that's pretty good. Okay. So, Jimothy, you see, I mean, the man was still very much a threat, so at the very least.
Yeah.
So what do you
Are we killing the big elephant thing?
I don't
No
know.
one's gonna respond. Okay. You guys can respond.
Oh, sorry.
I'll say-
Can we respond?
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I was.
Sorry.
like-
Sometimes we have to wait till our turn, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
I'm just
no,
trying
I'll
not
say
to
that,
die.
for the purpose, you guys can say yeah or no. Like I won't say do tactically spell out or say what you're gonna do, but like I'll let you say yes or no.
They threw big rocks at us, so yeah.
I will.
I don't think we need to.
Okay, you got one yes, one no.
Well, I'm defaulting to yes, so that's 2
Okay,
yes.
that's fine.
Timothy's go-to answer. Are we killing the thing? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we are. Why'd I ask?
I didn't start this, but I will finish it. So I will. Yeah, I'll just attack the mammoth.
Okay.
You. I rolled physical dice, obviously. Will a 13 hit?
A 13 does hit its AC.
Hey! Nice. I'll use my whatchamacallit? Sneak attack for this. Oh, pretty good. 6, 12, 17, 18. 22 psychic damage.
Okay. It takes it.
And then I will bonus action attack again.
Okay.
Oh, a 15 this time.
A 15.
My
also
low
does it.
rolls in on this guy. Okay, so that's just a d4. For 6 psychic damage.
Okay. All of that seems to be going through.
I'll re-roll that one. Nope, just 6. It's day 6.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
All right. Up next, it is Bofades. Bofades, you see the mammoth in front of Silo there. You see Jimothy do some blades or something.
Psychic.
Psychic.
Yeah. So I will go ahead and I guess fire at this mammoth with Eldritch Blasty Blast. Oh my god, fuck me. Okay.
You started out so strong.
Does a 10 hit?
10, unfortunately, is too low.
Yeah, that's all right. That was a fucking waste of a roll anyways.
Oh my god, what is going on with you?
Does a
Yeah.
12 hit?
A 12 does not hit.
Fuck me. Okay. All
Probably
right.
can now discern what its AC is.
I'm gonna go ahead and heal a silo for 4.
You could also heal the mammoth instead.
Might as well have. All the good I did. Oh, okay. All right. Baby's got to shake it off. Can I give myself bardic inspiration for that? No.
Maybe you should change your dice color.
That'll do it. You can't even see.
Mhm.
That's so brutal.
Wait, that's just mean. I will I guess as a bonus action, I will use I use uns. Oh no, never mind. I can't. I already used my bonus action to heal a silo. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm done. That's it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Zoran, you're up. So you saw, at the very least, you saw her like freeze up, fall on her back, or fall off this mammoth. Also, that was really awesome, by the way. That was really cool. You see, I mean, she's like 18, 20 feet tall. Just boom, fall backwards like this huge mammoth. Yeah. So, okay. What would you like to do there, Zoran?
I mean, I guess I should focus on this mammoth. Or I could cast. Let's cast speak with animals, and maybe I can tell the mammoth to just go away. We don't want you. We don't want to hurt you. But if you continue to come towards us, we will have to defend ourselves.
I want to hurt you.
Give me a persuasion.
Please leave. No.
I was rooting for you. Like I had the DC for it.
Yeah, I was rooting for myself as well.
All right. We choose violence.
Like, yeah, these rolls are forcing me to choose violence.
The die tell a story.
Yes.
A violent story.
Violence.
I
It's a Tarantino.
will. I guess bonus action. I have ensnaring strike, but I don't know. Does that mess up a silos thing? I don't know.
Oh, way to
You
find
already
out.
cast a spell, so you can't.
Oh yeah, you already cast a spell. That's not a cantrip.
I'm assuming it's
Oh.
not a cantrip.
Unless your other
No,
thing's a
it
cantrip,
just-
which is a bonus.
It just says bonus action, so never
Oh,
mind.
but is it a cantrip?
No.
Oh, so no. I'm sorry.
It is not. I mean, I have guidance for a cantrip, but I don't think I can do that as bonus action. So
No, because it's an action now.
then I will stay where I'm at
Okay.
and not shit my pants.
All right. Nope. Bonus action to not shit your pants. I like it. Up next, Oz.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, slow didn't work. Haste was a disaster last time. We'll try haste again. I will
Yes.
haste. Oh yeah. I will
Right.
haste a silo. You now
Okay.
have a 23 AC. No big deal.
Jesus Christ.
And
What the fuck?
if this
It's
is
already
a
hard to hit 'em.
boulder, I will cower behind this.
Now, granted, this thing has a pretty good plus to hit, but still, to 23 is not easy.
You also have advantage on dex saving throws, and you can attack again. Or dash, disengage, but not dodge. Okay.
Okay. Any bonus action or anything?
Any other giants in the area? Any other big humanoid things lumbering in our direction?
Yeah, why don't you give me a perception check? Do you spot anything else? And that'll be your turn, I'll say.
23.
23. Yeah, you kind of look around in the battle here, everything's a bit chaotic here, and you kind of like maybe center yourself and look around, and you don't spot anything else charging or barreling towards you. So it seems like she's on her own with their mammoth here.
Okay, well, I'm done then. I suppose. Yeah.
So, Asilo, you feel great. You're stronger. You're faster. You're sturdier, believe it or not. What would you like to do?
I'm going to use my bonus action to Misty Step up onto the mammoth's back.
Oh, all right. I like it. Yes. Really, you can't really occupy same space or whatever the hell, but like, I think it's real fun. We're gonna allow it. I think that's cool.
It's a large creature. I can climb on it.
It's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
A huge
It
creature.
is.
It has a saddle or a large back that I can stand.
Yeah.
And
So
it's currently
you-
unoccupied because the previous occupant fell off.
Yeah, so you Misty step onto the. It does have a kind of like a saddle on it. So yeah, okay. What are you doing now?
I am going to grab the reins and try and get control of this beast.
All right. I want you to give me an athletics check.
Athletics.
It will compete against you here. It's gonna try to tussle around. Oh my god. Fuck, man, that was. You got it. You beat it. You're able to, like, I mean, you have never felt such a strong being, like, pull against you. Like, it takes like, you knew that, like, if you didn't have this spell, like, you would not be able to, like, hold this thing because it is instantly just like you hit like 10 G's onto your body, but you're able to kind of just spin up and hold it, and you rein it back, and it kind of like you pull it strong enough back that it goes back on its hind legs for a little bit as it like stomps back onto the ground, and the earth around it rumbles, and you're able to stop it in its dead tracks. That was so awesome. All right, you get a point of inspiration. That was so cool. Well done.
I will take it.
All right. So you, for what you gather, you have halted it in its tracks. And I'm going to say that's going to be an action for you. So I'm gonna null your movement because you're on this thing, but that will be your turn.
Alrighty.
Okay. It is its turn. So it's gonna halt. And I'll say for if you want to move it in a particular direction, you can move it. So right now it perceives that like what it gathers is like somebody halted it, and it thinks it's like there's only one being that's really strong enough to do this to others. It's not, and like it thinks like maybe you're its owner. So like maybe the chick on top of it or something like that. So you can control it in which direction you'd like to go. So would you like to move it anywhere, or you want to just kind of hold your position?
I will walk it back over by its owner and giant tell it to sit. Or
Okay.
attempt to tell it to sit.
Okay, so it is good. Okay, so I'm gonna roll an intelligence check for it because it's gonna turn around and it's gonna see that whatever is controlling it is not the giant. So it's gonna try to see if it understand what's happening to it. It doesn't have the greatest intelligence, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't fight against you. It just kind of like somebody's controlling the reins, someone's strong enough to do it. You're able to turn it around, and sorry, shoot, that's not what I want to do. And you bring it back towards its owner here. So you go with it, and then you're gonna tell it to sit. Why don't you give me a? It's kind of your turn. Why don't you give me a persuasion here? See if you can, or performance. Sorry, performance here to see how well you do your speak your giant here.
Apparently, I
Okay.
told it to shit.
So it doesn't quite understand it. It doesn't shit. It doesn't. It's not the greatest distinction. So it just kind of just doesn't understand. It just stands there, hovering over its owner here. All right, that will be its turn. It is her turn. She is frozen, so she's still paralyzed. She looks up and sees her mammoth in front of her. That's going to be her turn. She's going to roll the will save here, or the wisdom save here, to to see if you can break the hold person. Assuming you're still concentrating on that.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. She fails it again. And that is her turn. So top of the round. Wow, you're getting a lot of mileage on this whole person.
So I think it's the first time I've actually used it or had an opportunity to use it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Jimothy, it's the top of the round. What would you like to do? This is very interesting here. So you move over.
Move forward to this rock. I will stand on this rock. And...
Sorry, the rock will count as difficult terrain, so hopefully, I think you have movement directly on top of it.
I've got 10 feet of movement left, so.
Okay. So you're on top of it.
Moving onto the rock, so yeah. I'm assuming even if getting onto the rock took an extra 5 or 10 feet, I've still got enough. So.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, you're able to get on top of it.
And then I will hold my action for either the mammoth or the lady. If either of them get aggressive with any one from my party, then
you will fire. Okay.
Soul blade. That'll be it.
Good. All right. This here. Bophades, you're up.
Oh man, so Bophades is going to just come around here and it's going to shit.
Shit, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a
Don't
bonus
forget to
action.
I suppose I will do the I'm gonna cast yeah, I suppose I'll do what Jimothy's doing. Just be ready to attack. I'm gonna hold my action to fire off some more Eldritch blasts, probably in the wrong direction. If it does something.
Okay. So, all right. Moving on, Zoran.
Okay, so this paralyzed, they can't move or speak, but I'm assuming she can like blink her eyes, right? She's blinking and shit.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Well, I'll say she can see what's happening. She's like,
yeah. Okay, so I'm going to. I will move here. And I'm assuming I could have heard Silo trying to say sit. So can I tell him what the word for sit is and then I can talk to her still or doesn't matter?
Yeah, I mean, what would you like?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So I'm going to at least tell her again in Giant, we don't mean you any harm. If you agree not to hurt us, blink twice, and I'll wait to see what she does. And then I'll tell Asilo, hey, the word for sit in Giant is whatever it is in Giant.
This is your opportunity, Steph. You can make up this language. You can say sit.
No, I'm just gonna say.
I'm sure somebody actually took the time to do this, but
no, I'm not gonna make up a whole language.
Fair enough. All right. So okay, why don't you give me another persuasion here, just to see, and why don't you roll it with advantage here? You kind of have her in a position here that it would maybe be advantageous for her to agree with you guys. Okay. 17. All right. Okay, so we will kind of get to her turn and see how she responds to that. Oz.
Mm-hmm. Did we win? Oz assumes this is like a boulder that he can't see beyond.
Yeah, you can't see through it. Yeah. I should have maybe marked it around that you can't go through it, but yeah.
Well, he no longer sees like the mammoth over here, and he saw Silo jump up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll respond, we're negotiating. I don't know.
He'll move here just to see what he sees. Let me know if you need help.
Will do.
Okay.
Yep, I guess that's going to be his turn. Yeah.
All right. Asilo, what would you like to do?
So I will look down at the giantess, say,
Mm-hmm.
and I will tell her, I'm going to, in giant, and attempt to say this, I will drop the spell that holds you. If you try to attack us, your beast will trample you where you lay.
Okay. So, all right. Why don't you also roll a? You can roll intimidation, or you can roll persuasion. Either one. Okay.
And I will drop the spell.
Okay. So it is the mammoth's turn. They, I'm assuming you're gonna hold it there until her turn.
Yeah, and basically I'm holding an action to stomp on her with the mammoth if she attempts to attack us.
Okay. So you drop the spell. And then she slowly gets up, like on her knee, and she grabs her spear there. And you note, I mean, she like 18-ish feet tall, so she stands up and towers over all of you. And she looks angry, but she looks like she looks almost like she's like almost defeated, bested to see. She's like frustrated maybe with herself. And she responds in giant. She responds to you. She's like, your giant is poor. You need to work on that. And she looks to the other one, and she's just like, to Zorn, and she's just like, all right. No, I will not attack further. You are clearly no regular small folk. I am impressed. But gather that you've made it all the way out here. You must be one of a kind, small folk. I am Tessag of the Frost Giants. What are you doing out here? And we will end combat here, as this is not how I expected it to go. But I'm impressed. So good job, guys. You actually did it without killing everything.
Is this our first time successfully doing a negotiation? I mean, there's still time to fuck this up.
Yeah, there's still time. Maybe I
it
shouldn't delete.
A little negotiation, a little intimidation, a little feat of strength.
Someone
Yeah.
ask her if she's pregnant. That's a way to fuck this up, I bet.
Are you retirement age?
Oh god, Jimothy just goes feral.
So she asked a question. So what are you guys doing out here?
I'll say we're actually here to help you.
And she kind of chuckles. She's like, help us.
We hear
Why would the
there's
small
been
folk help us?
Yeah, we hear there's been disputes among the Frost Giants. And we're here to help out. Isn't that why we're here? I think that's why we're here.
Yes, that is why we're.
Zoran's like, line.
Line.
And she points to you, Bophides. He's like, come closer. Wait, are you speaking? Can you speak giant, Bophides?
I don't.
Okay.
So I
she-
will translate and say, "Hey, Tessac is asking you to come closer."
And she kind of like she's just like, I will not attack thee. And she stabs her spear into the ground, into the snow, and she's just like, how did you hear about frost giant problems?
Bofades is gonna do two things if he can. He's gonna use his ability for universal speech.
Okay.
And I suppose he's gonna let's see.
See, now that's cool. The old Google Translate.
Yeah. And then I suppose I will touch the creature and cast tongues. The creature, I say that, the frost giant. I will reach out, touch a toe if I can.
Okay, so you're gonna approach her. Are you gonna give any indication of what you're doing? You're
Yeah,
like about.
So that's why I did universal speech first, so I can tell her that I'm going to do this, so we can all understand her.
Okay. So why don't you give me a persuasion? She's still hesitant of you guys. She's not. I mean, you guys did cast something on her, so she wants.
Yeah, she's like no touching.
How can you not trust a face like this?
Oh no.
19.
Okay. All right. So, 19.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you have like a plus something or something?
Yeah. I have
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
silver tongue. Anything
Okay.
lower than a 9 counts as a 10.
There we go. Okay, so she lets you. So she's wearing she's got like boots on, so you're able to kind of touch her skin boots, and she's just like,
Give her the old ankle caress.
what the fuck? Just
And now the bard shows the bard's worth.
I knew it.
Like,
So
let me tell you something.
so she lets you,
Nice
and
muscle.
she's just like, impressive. All right. Again, I ask, how did you hear about our problems?
I suppose I will tell the tale of how we heard about the frost giant negotiations.
Yes, please regale me on this tale.
This was because the 10 towns were having a problem, right? Like, this dispute is causing issues there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some of the people, some of the like, independent people from 10 towns that were moving further out east, come across them, and to the best of their knowledge, they haven't heard from them, or things went poorly. So yeah, so you can do that.
Yeah. So I'll, more eloquent than I'm going to, but I'll settlers are coming out, and we want to make sure that these interactions between the frost giants and 10 towns, So we're here to see if we can make that happen.
Okay. And then just bring up knowledge. Just how you spell that last test. You can come.
Yeah, that looks like gibberish. Thanks.
Sorry, whatever. I'll just do it. Let's just do it.
DESAG.
You ain't got no alibi.
There you go. Okay. Anyhow, so she's just like, I see. Yes, I unfortunately some of your other small folk had met at the hands of my the feet of my mammoth here. They're no longer around, but they keep approaching. I fear that the small folk have decided that they were going to take over the lands of the frost giants. I will not let them.
Is that what
It is
you
my
threw the
duty
rock
to.
at us?
Say again?
Is that what you threw the rock at us? You thought we were gonna take over land up here?
Yes, land is valuable, and it is sacred. We will defend ourselves if need be.
Does your land have owlbears?
And she's just like,
The one-track mind wizard.
yeah. She's just like, yes, I've seen these creatures. We all have. They're magnificent beasts as well.
You, Tessag, are my new favorite person. Forget these people. We have a future together.
No, thank you. And so
I have a
she's just like,
boyfriend.
he goes to another school.
A professional future together, Zoran. What did you think I meant?
And she's just like, there have been a separate issue though amongst the frost giants that that maybe you could help. There had been a meeting of the elders, and are you familiar with an individual named Zardarok Sunblight?
Oh,
We've heard the name.
Yes.
He's established a castle out here, and some of the frost giants have gone to his cause in helping him in his endeavor.
but
Well, that sounds like trouble.
Yes,
Well,
we
hold
are
on.
meeting as some of the frost giants were split on whether or not we should continue to all help him or we all decide against it. Though I fear there might be some bloodshed nonetheless.
I mean, we are also trying to find Zardarok and.
Are you with him? As she kind of like is about to grab her spear.
Oh, we are.
No, we're against him. So I think we have some common ground there. If you aren't joining him,
No. So in service, no offense to thee, but the giant folk should only be working with or leading with the giant folk. Fear the greed of the other giants has poisoned their minds and joined the cause of this Zardarok.
well,
do you?
you know, that's very sizist, but if Zardarok is your only, you know, point of comparison, I suppose I understand that.
Yes.
Do you know where his castle is?
I have not personally been there. I fear that there might be an effect on the castle. But there are others that I could point you to that could point to its location.
I'm gonna like pull out Oz's map or something and be like, "Do you know like where it might be on here?"
And she's just
He's like,
like,
what is this, a map for ants?
she's just like, my eyes cannot see
I will-
such small
Zoran,
detail.
let me make a You tell me if I can do this also. I am going to try to minor illusion in a 5-foot cube the map. Just like a projection of the map.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's fun. Okay, so you take the time. You use your a bit of fleece as you cast minor illusion to kind of enlarge the map. And I'm gonna have her roll intelligence to see if she's able to understand here.
I didn't put the markings in giant. I don't know giant.
Okay. She kind of like is able to kind of like understand a little bit just based on like some of the pictorial aspects of it. And she's just like, huh. Yes, it would be further a bit north from here, based on your map, you say. This drawing here. To its exact location, the landscape is large, really designed for frost giants. It would take for you a while to get there. But not impossible, not impossible. And so she kind of like, she's like, I cannot point, because her like hand's pretty large to kind of like point exactly on this map. So she kind of roughly tells you a bit farther north here. She's just like, but if you have information on this Zardra, you should tell it to the Jarls.
Will they welcome us?
Or will we
Can
get
you
like
get us
50 boulders to the face?
Yeah, can you get us in a meeting?
I cannot guarantee your safety, as I will follow whatever their orders may be. But I will vouch for you if you are willing to take the risk. And she actually then she points to Silo in particular, especially this one. This one is most impressive for a small folk.
He does bleed pretty often.
What?
Perfect for negotiating with giants, from my understanding.
I don't necessarily bleed. I just kind of like leak strange fluids.
Do you think we could use those fluids for the lantern that we have?
And she then kind of gazes her attention to Jimothy, and she points to you, and she's just like, You have not said anything.
Yes, I'm ready for you to do something violent. I'm focused.
I'm focused.
You are smaller than these small folk. Are you a tiny warrior?
Nah. No, I'm just a businessman.
And she's a little bit confused. She doesn't quite understand what that means. She's just like, all right.
He buys and sells things.
Anyhow, if I'm going to leave you be, or if you are not going to decide to come with me, but I must continue hunting. That is why I was originally out here when I came across you.
Well, I feel like we have a story thread here to continue on, and at least one frost giant was reasonable, so
might as well see if the other ones are.
Try not hunting little people so much anymore.
Suppose we could aid in her hunt and go back to her village to...
Yeah.
I see a mammoth we could skin and kill and eat.
Prove that the little people can be reasonable and potentially coexist with the larger races.
We don't have any quarrels as of right now with the small folk, but we'd like for them to maintain their own land, um, west of here. There's plenty enough for them out there. They don't need to encroach on ours.
Totally agree.
Well,
We can
maybe.
take this back to the Tin Towns. But could we maybe put up some like markers to indicate like you go past here and then you could draw like a rock hitting while squashing a small folk, like as an indication of like you get beyond this point, you get crushed by a boulder.
We could use the remainder of the bone piles of the small folk that we killed to be a warning. I like this. Very good.
I wouldn't
It's not quite-
recommend using the bones of the little people. They might view that as a challenge and come in greater numbers.
A silo, we don't like to be called little people.
I see. Well, all right. I will put this information to the Earls. But yes, I must continue my hunt. I can meet you here later, or you may join me. You seem to be valuable or impressive warriors of some sort. Maybe you could best another creature.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What are you hunting? I saw a dragon the other day.
And she chimes up and she's like, "You saw the ancient white one."
Oh, I saw its toe. Yes. Yes,
It was
I
a
did.
very wrinkly toe.
You saw the dragon toe.
Okay, so give me 1 second.
Dragon toes and mammoth knuckles.
There was, forgot how to pronounce this word, so I'm gonna put it in the chat here because I don't know how to actually pronounce this word.
I think you could give it a try, Celso.
I could. Let me find the said word again. I have too many tabs pulled up right now. Because she knows what the dragon is called, which is probably going to be relevant to you guys. All right, we'll say that Soren says it.
Why would it be? Or maybe it's just called dragon.
All right. It's just like, all right. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Arvaturus, I guess. Arvaturus.
Arby.
No nicknames. It's just like, we call this white one Arvaturus. It is an ancient dragon. So we are not friendly with it. It is our enemy out here, besides the small folk.
Does
It
it
is incredibly dangerous
attack
to us, even.
Does it attack you often, or is it typically keeping to itself?
We do our best to hide as well, even as giants, for it alone could kill one of us readily, easily. We have not decided as a group or as all the giants have gone together to hunt this being down. One, because it is of ancient lore and it might disturb the balance of the North. But two, it might mean the end of all of our lives. Few have tried, and they have not returned.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll have to discuss more on this later. Over some, I hope, frost giant wine. But what are you hunting today then, if it's not the dragon.
Or
I'm
else-
about to go into the waters to hunt some walrus. Or maybe some
That
Maybe some
cold
way.
water over there?
Is that again?
Did you say she's about to go into the water to hunt a walrus?
He's like, no, well, they do come across. They fight amongst themselves, or it is some of them are mating and looking for a potential partner. The large males fight amongst themselves. And that is my opportunity to fight against them. They are dangerous, though. But nothing that old Tessag can't handle.
Do you think if we help you hunt and bring back food, it will help with the Jarl's support?
They will take it tightly. Survival will be good. They might not decide to kill you instantly. They might be more willing to hear you out.
Well, guys, I gotta say, everything's coming up aces.
I was pretty confident this is not how this is going to go. I was pretty confident you guys are going to fight for. I'm shocked that this is the one combat that you guys are able to bring to some peace here. Okay. So he says, Well, all right then. How about this? I will go hunt for the walrus. I don't need your help in this endeavor. But you may go hunt some deer or other creatures. And we meet up. Unless you also want to hunt your own walrus independently.
Before you go, I would like to cast a spell on you and your mammoth companion to ensure that you can breathe underwater if your walrus hunt goes into the water.
She's just like, sometimes it does.
It will last-
You can do this?
It will last only a day, and I'll need about 10 minutes to cast it. But we all are under the effect of this ability, and it's an insurance ability that you don't expect to plummet into water, but if you do, you don't have to worry about drowning.
There's another being you can hunt out here. It's been a while since I've seen one, but their furs are valuable. There are yetis out here. Have you seen a yeti?
Like this cup? I'm just kidding.
It's great for keeping your drinks warm.
No, I prefer Stanley's. I have yet to use a yeti.
I'm more of an iron flask person myself.
No, okay. So she's just like, anyhow, but again, you may also, if you'd like to go with me, but again, it might be overkill. I can typically take down a walrus myself and my mammoth here. And then she kind of gestures towards Asilo. She's like, I will need you to be getting off my ride.
Help me down, please.
And she kind of like reaches out to you and grabs you and then puts you onto the ground.
Okay.
He's 4.
I allow this to happen.
and she kind of notices that like you are heavier than most small folk, and she sits you down.
I get that a lot.
And she's just like, I did not catch all of your names. Maybe I can relay at least one of yours, since I do not wish to know all of you. She doesn't say that.
Oh, God.
No,
He's like,
what I should have
what are
said
your
was, I'm built different.
Yeah, that would have been great. She would have laughed at that.
I am a silo, and these are my companions. We are adventuring through the north, trying to aid wherever we can.
I see. A noble cause. odd that you would choose here out of all places. The North is not designed for the small folk, but you seem to be adapted to it. Very good. It is an honor to meet you specifically. The rest of you are in good company to have such a warrior amongst your ranks. So she's just like, all right, I must take my leave. We can meet here at evening, or I can come by here in the morning, depending on what you'd like to do. I usually go by here anyway. It's the easiest way to get back to the camp.
Then we'll meet you back here later tonight. Or
Yeah,
later today.
the evening seems reasonable. We can take a short breather, head out into the crisp northern paradise up here.
Really selling it.
And so she's just like, very good, very good. And then she gets on Pilter, gets on the mammoth, and you notice that she says a couple words to the mammoth that you don't quite understand what they are, Zorn. They're not like giant. It seems like more like maybe like a particular like dialect or something like that. Some sort of like maybe clan specific language, and then the mammoth starts kind of like moving out towards the north. We're gonna turn you into something to that effect. As it takes a while for her to kind of go past the horizon, but she leaves you guys, and all right. So you guys have a bit of options here before we call it an evening. So you can go hunting. It's kind of hard because you haven't really spotted too many creatures out here, but you do have some knowledge based on some of the things before that. Some Yetis do reside in the mountains, so if you guys want to go into the mountains to go do your bit of hunt, yes, or keep traveling and see what else you come across that might be worthwhile. So, or you can also go maybe follow her and also go to the water and hunt your own walrus as well.
My vote would be either the Yeti or the Walrus.
Or you could go after the dragon, and that would really solve your guys' problems as well. They would be very happy if you guys killed this thing.
With a silo in his condition, we'll have no problem wrangling a dragon.
I could cast cure wounds on him.
Nothing a short rest won't handle.
Mhm.
Yeah. I suppose the first thing we should do is take a rest of sorts, and then
We just woke up.
No, you guys have been traveling for a bit of time. It wasn't like the first thing you came across.
So if we take a short rest, we're not following the giant to the walruses.
Yeah. Is that a no then to the walruses? You guys?
You could, yeah. I mean, she's like she says she can handle it on her own, but you can still choose to follow her. But it's whatever you guys want to do. I just this is something that she would say. She's like
I guess
seems clearly capable of hunting.
I'm just wondering, are you wanting to not let her out of our sight, or are you wanting to hunt a walrus?
No.
You ask him. Oh.
Yeah, I'm just making an observation that if we short rest, then we're not going to be able to. Well, I mean, we might be able to follow her tracks, but
right. She does. She is leaving some tracks. Though again, like the wind does pick up stuff like that. It may not be able to. We'll have to do some rolls here. So,
I heard Yeti pelts were valuable.
Okay, let's go for the Yeti then. It sounds like.
Okay.
Woo!
All right.
As long as it's not an owlbear, Oz is okay. I mean, if she was off hunting owlbears, then Violence.
Damn. No, she. I mean, they are like pretty cool looking creatures. Like even to like, you kind of gather like they really hunt just to like maintain themselves, right? Like so, it's not like
Yeah.
and there's a certain respect that they want to maintain of the balance of all the wild beings there. So. Okay, well then, we're gonna stop there for the evening because I thought the entire session was gonna be this combat here, but you guys were able to successfully navigate your way through that to some persuasion
Woo!
diplomacy rolls. So well done, guys. Well done.
Nice.
Oh man.
So we'll pick it up the next time with Hunt and see how that goes.
Yeah, so we're playing next week, but we're not playing on the 28th, correct?
Correct.
Is that what? Because you're someone's out of town. Craig's out of town, right? Yeah, you're.
Yeah, I'll be. Wife and I will be in Japan. We will also be in Japan the 4th.
Yeah.
Unless we die on our way to Japan, and then won't be playing ever.
You
So
might
Okay.
float up on shore in Japan.
yeah,
Solid.
or get eaten by sharks. You know, no big deal. Nightmare fuel, whatever.
Well, okay then.
Okay.
So we'll do our best to wrap up the hunt next session. So we're gonna have like a nice little break there in terms of the next section.
Okay, so a couple things before we take a long rest or anything. I'm going to channel divinity, harness divine power to get a spell slot back.
Okay.
Hope if I can type on my keyboard properly. And when we come back, the next session is our 50th session.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Big
We'll have to do
5-0.
something special.
Oh,
And that's where we will end it because I think next week we can play, but then the 28th, the 4th, I think the 11th doesn't work for Matt. So then we wouldn't meet until the 18th.
Okay.
Just
Oh wow.
to let
Okay.
everyone know.
All right. So that's fine. Actually, this is kind of working out because you're making pretty good progress. I would say that you're approaching, I would say, the whole adventure path, potentially the halfway point of thing. So
nice. I feel like we're making good progress into it. I'm liking where it's going.
yeah, you guys are in the, I would say, if you're the storytelling, the rising action.
Assuming we don't royally F it up.
Yeah. So
Hey, we did pretty well on this one.
yeah, you guys are great. This is fantastic. Hopefully you mark that you got that inspiration there, Daniel. That was really cool.
It's on there.
Okay.
Now I just have
don't-
to remember to use it.
I was gonna say, don't forget that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
do
I'll
use it.
pipe up if we need some sort of extra thing. You know, if we're trying to get this Yeti and it runs past you and you can't hold it, I'll have you roll for inspiration.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Stephanie will supervise, fear not.
Yes.
All right, guys.
All right,
Well, so we're playing next week, so I guess I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
So next
Yeah.
Next week.
Guys, next week.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good evening, guys. Bye.